We're live.
There we are.
We'll wait about 30 seconds
Okay.
and then we'll start episode 26.
Yay.
26.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, not too bad.
We're just
It's
chugging
a lot of fun.
along, man.
I know. I love it. I look forward to these.
Thank
We
you.
are going to be
I do
changing
too.
to Tuesday, so next month.
Yes, we're going to try Tuesdays.
We're going to try Tuesday. Are we going to do in the morning? Maybe we should go afternoon.
I don't know. Whatever you
It's
think.
going to change to a Tuesday.
All right.
Maybe we'll do like 3 o'clock or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out with your schedule and my schedule.
Yeah.
But we're going to try Tuesdays because we are getting, we have a consultant who's given us some guidance on the podcast, which is cool.
Yeah.
And he's also, he's been posting little snippets.
Yeah.
Is he putting those on your YouTube page? You don't know?
I haven't looked yet. I'm sorry.
He's posting some.
I'm just trying to keep up with customers. So
yeah, I know. All right, you ready to go?
I am.
All right. Good Health by Claudia podcast with me, Denny Schaefer, a production of Denny Radio. It is episode 26. Yay! All right, before we get started, got to read the disclaimer. The information contained in these products is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or health condition. Please consult a qualified healthcare professional if you do have a medical condition. The FDA has not evaluated the information on this podcast, which represents the opinion of the hosts and our guests. And today our guest is, it's you, Claudia. It's you and me.
You and me, yeah.
And no guests. And today we're talking about quality water for your health.
Yes.
Not enough water into people's bodies. I don't think enough. Do we? I mean, some do. I drink over 100 ounces every day, which is half of my body weight. So I weigh 200 pounds, 199, whatever. Right. And I always drink like 100, 105 ounces every day.
Yeah.
But it matters what kind of water.
It absolutely does.
Tap water is probably a no-no.
I would say.
Filtered water out of your fridge.
Filtered is a step in the right direction.
Better.
Right?
Sometimes people will filter, coming out of the faucet. Some of that might be okay. But today, Claudia is going to run through a bunch of products that will help your hydration and give you a better, hopefully, quality of life. Now, remember, those of you that are watching, wow, look at that. I already got 4 people and 2 loves.
Nice.
We love you too. If you have any questions over here, well, you can't see it, but we can see your comment. So if you type in a comment, like a question or want to add something, we'll see it during the live broadcast, and then we'll refer to your question. So that always helps us because there's some things that, you might want to ask as, Claudia is going through each product. And also a reminder that on Monday, this production will come out in audio. And it's Good Health by Claudia podcast, which is now available where all your podcasts are. We're on Amazon and we're on Spotify and we're on iFart. Wherever you can get a podcast, we're there now. And
that's exciting.
It's very exciting. And if you think that what we do, what Claudia does, basically, I'm here for comic relief.
We're doing it together.
We are.
are.
Anyway, if you like it and you think, you know what, I'd like to share this right now while I'm watching it. So if you're up on Facebook, obviously you are, hit the share button so that shares it on your page or, share it later on after the broadcast is done. So got all the disclaimers out of there. Right. Quality water for your health. What do you want to talk about?
So I want to start with to the point that you made about drinking X amount of water a day. The real issue, I believe, that's important is the quality of the water, because we see people drinking a lot of water every day and they're still dehydrated. They're always thirsty. Some people go get their blood sugar checked to see if and it's their blood sugar's fine. It's the water. So I want to start with, remember, there's 3 basic kinds of water. There's spring water.
Right.
There's mineral water.
Got it.
There's purified water. So that's where we're going to start.
See, I'm confused by all of this.
That's why I wanted to do this today, because every day we have people coming in. They're so confused about what water is good, what they should be drinking. They hear that, purified is good. And then another website says, oh, it's dead water. Never drink it. So they come.
What about distilled water?
Well, so we're going to go over that.
All of it. Okay.
All right. So here's where we're going to start. There's 3 ways mainly to purify water.
Okay.
Okay. There's distilled. There's reverse osmosis,
Reverse osmosis.
which is what we have at the store. We have a system for 33 years. It's an RO system. And then there's deionized.
Okay.
So there are 3 different processes, but at the end of the process, they are all clean, meaning clean of contaminants,
Okay.
but they're also stripped of the minerals. And this is what people need to understand. Purified water is wonderful, but you have to understand with all the stuff that it's pulled out that we don't want, it's all also pulled out the minerals, which we do want, because it's the minerals that help the water get into the cells. Right? That's what the electrolytes are. They support the kidneys and all those things that, how the minerals get into the body and hydrate our cells. And of course, we're mainly water. So the quality of water we're drinking is very important. And in this day and age, a lot of people are learning they don't want tap water, but then where do they go? So here's the thing with purified water. As I said, we've had an RO system for 33 years. It's been 30 cents a gallon. Bring in your own jug. Or if you buy one of ours, it's 30 cents a gallon. So we have sold thousands of gallons of water to hundreds of people over the years. Some days you look at the water station, there's a lineup of people with huge jugs. And, I'm thrilled they come in to get it. Right next to the water station is a company called Trace Minerals, and we're going to hopefully have them on the show for an interview one of these days. This company is about 50 years, I don't know, a little over 50 years old. So I immediately learned about this company when I was 16, just starting to work with Pat and Joe Bassett. So it's been around a long time. This particular product, it's a company out of Utah. This is seawater. It's ionic seawater. And there's 72 ionic minerals in that water. So when somebody's at our filling station, there's a whole display of all their products. So the drops are, I don't know if they're the original, but it was the original 50 years ago that I learned about. So these drops, did you show the?
Yep, I did.
Okay. So these drops, they're meant to go into purified water. It doesn't matter how it's purified. If it's deionized, RO, or distilled, it doesn't matter. You put these drops in the water, and it helps to reestablish the trace minerals that have been lost through the purification process. So it's extremely important. We have been really teaching people for many, many years. You have to reestablish the trace minerals when you're drinking purified water. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of the big grocery stores now, and they're all selling purified water.
Yeah, I see.
But they don't understand you got to have minerals in it. So this is what separates health food stores from other businesses in the United States. We are the leaders in education with all these things. So all these years we've been educating people on the properties of this product, and we have them, some people will keep it next to their sink and, they'll put it in a glass. Or people that are getting a gallon, they'll put the drops right in the gallon. Or we have people that get the 5-gallon jugs, they put it right in the 5-gallon jug. They suggest 20 to 40 drops per gallon. What we've learned over the years, and you always hear me say this, start low, work up.
Yep.
We do that with everything. I don't care what it is anymore. That's always my start low, work up. So I usually have people start, in a gallon of water, we might start with 10 drops. And of course, the more, because there's seawater, so the more drops you put in there, it's going to change the taste of the water because it's putting more minerals in. So I always have somebody start with about 10 drops and work up according to their taste, how they feel. Some people will get to 10, 20 drops, and they'll come in and say, their workouts are better and they're not drinking as much water, but they feel more energized. So it's the feedback on purified water when it's reestablished with the minerals. It's a wonderful way to go if you are looking for clean water. Now, a lot of people will buy a unit, and for us, with our unit, with our water system, we have had the same guy for 33 years. He's wonderful. He's got great integrity. He's very honest. And it's funny, when I first started the store, and we were just 400 square feet. And all these people started pouring in as soon as I opened the doors to sell me something. And I had all these people come in that wanted to sell me a water unit. And half of them were, they just weren't living the lifestyle. I just didn't want to do business with them. And one day, Paul Leroy, he's our water guy, and we've referred a lot of people to him. He's right up in Michigan. He walked in and I liked him right away. And when we got talking, this wasn't a fad for him. He's a plumber by profession, and many, many years ago, he started getting into clean water. So I liked, when people have something in their heart, that's the people I want to talk with, work with, be around. So that's why we've been with Paul, and he's been with us for 33 years. And he sells home units. So we've referred a lot of people to him over the years that want an in-home under the sink RO system. Usually it's a 3-gallon holding tank. You could use it, to drink, for cooking. It's a wonderful thing. A lot of people upgrade to a whole home system, which takes time to do because it's a little bit more money. It's some money, but it's a wonderful investment for people that are able to do it. But at any rate, trace minerals, keep it if you're drinking purified water, go find a health food store in your neck of the woods. Find this product. It's a wonderful product, and really start using it because, again, drinking. In fact, this was about 6 months ago. We had a young man, and he was probably 28. I think he was like 27, 28. And he asked for me, and he was all wound up. Wanted to know why we're selling purified water, because it's dead water, and don't we know that? And we should. And I said to him, I appreciate that you're learning. I said, honey, we've been selling purified water long before you were born. We know it's dead water, meaning it doesn't have the life. The minerals bring it life. Minerals bring us life. Okay. And he said, it's dead. I said, yes. I said, come on with me. And I showed him, because trace minerals, these are the drops, but they make a lot of wonderful products. They make trace mineral tablets. They do different, separate ionic minerals. So they make a lot of different products. I just brought this one today to show and talk about. But he was so happy to know that there was a way to change the mineral composition of the water. And of course, it's 30 cents a gallon. So he was thrilled about that.
Who wouldn't be? 30
We've
cents
never
a
raised
gallon.
it. It's water, yeah. But at any rate, I always say a lot of the things that you're seeing on the internet, I'm proud of the fact that health food stores have been the leaders all these years. And I always say there's a lot of people and organizations that are late to the party when it comes to talking about nutrition. I mean, us weirdos have been doing it a long time. So anyway, it's a great product to look for. They also make, these are called power packs.
Power pack.
These are electrolyte packets, and each packet contains 1,200 milligrams of vitamin C. We sell a ton of these. They have many flavors. I just grabbed a few. There's raspberry, I grabbed grape, and lemon lime, but they have many. We probably have, I don't know how many flavors, 25 or something, I don't know. And you can buy them individually, or people find the flavor they like, and you can buy them by the box. So we sell them both ways. Great product. This can go into any water, whether it's, spring water, purified, it doesn't matter. These are meant to increase, so they're increasing the electrolytes.
Okay.
So, and for people we have a lot of people that get their vitamin C each day from these packets, but we have people, a lot of athletes, especially, or construction workers during the summer. Right. They love these products. Yeah. But I always remind everybody, everyone has a different tolerance for how much vitamin C they can take.
I was going to ask that. Can you OD on it?
So you don't OD on it, but when people get loose bowels, that's the body's way of saying, I have all the vitamin C I need at this moment. So some people can handle 2 a day. Some people can handle more, but I always tell everybody, start with 1. Because you can use them more often, but because of the vitamin C in there, right, at some point your body might say, hey, that's all the vitamin C I need for the day. So because of that, here's another great company. I'm hoping to get the doc that owns this company on as an interview. This is Body Health. Can you see it? Body Health.
Yep.
Now this is an electrolyte powder, but there's no vitamin C in it. So we offer both for people that want the vitamin C per dose and people that do not. So this is straight up electrolytes, great product, very clean. All of our companies are clean. I always say something is clean, but I want everybody to understand. If I don't like the quality of something, it's not going to end up on our shelves.
Bam.
Period. Because I always say this is not just stuff we're selling. This is our life.
It is.
This is how I was raised. This is how we've raised our children. This is our staff are all very heartfelt and they're engaged. So, these products are very clean because I make sure they are. As a little segue, I'm going to segue for a moment.
Well, we do have some questions.
Okay,
do you want to get to the questions?
All right, go ahead.
All right. Rose says, do you have, forgive me if I say this wrong, colloidal silver water? Am I saying that right?
Colloidal silver.
Colloidal silver. Okay.
Colloidal silver. Yes, we do.
What is it?
Well, remember we did the interview with Sally
Oh,
from
yeah, she was great.
Yes, from oh my goodness, Silver Biotics.
That's it.
Yes, Silver Biotics. If you yes, we do carry silver in the liquid. We also carry the silver gel. I don't know if I have any with me right now, but at any rate, we have silver gel for topical, and internal we do have silver liquid.
Amy says, my husband and I can attest to drinking good quality water. We faithfully buy our water at Claudia's because we know that we're getting the best. And even when we travel, we make sure we have our 3 gallons packed in our car.
Yep. I'll tell you.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah. Thank you, Amy. Amy and Gerald have been with us many years. They're dear friends. They're an example of people that have opened their heart to learn, and not only learn, but then embrace it, utilize what they're learning. And that's what, some people want to learn and read, but they don't want to try things. So Amy and Gerald have done a wonderful job, and I love you guys, and their whole family is wonderful. So
I feel like whenever we do one of these podcasts, I'm in class. Because I'm learning so much, and
right.
I'll bet you there's some people that are watching right now feel the same way. They want to watch this because they want to attain more knowledge.
Yes.
And the benefit is you're going to feel better.
Yeah.
And if we feel better,
life is better when we feel better.
It just is.
And how many times have you heard me say, raise your hand if you want to be sick?
Yeah, nobody
ever raises their hand. It's like, come on, everybody wants to feel well and enjoy getting through their day. And as I said, we've had classes for 33 years, and sometimes they're standing room only, wall to wall. It's very exciting. And so I'm grateful people want to learn. What else? Anything else?
Amy says, we love you too, Claudia. So
thanks. So any rate, so that's the other electrolyte powder that you can use without any. This company is called Body Health. It's started by a doc, and actually I think their flagship product is pre-digested protein, amino acids, which it's a great product. We sell a lot of it. It helps people feel better. So that's why I'm hoping to get him on as an interview. He'll be a great interview.
That'll be great.
Okay, now Eternal Water. Let's show this. Now this is a spring water. And this company started in 2008, and I saw them at a trade show, and I love the water immediately. It's sourced from 3 different springs in the United States, and it's just a true clean spring water. This is one of the waters that we actually K-stack because we sell so much of it. It's a great product, and the pH. So remember, when we talk about pH, the pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, okay? 7 is in the middle, that's neutral. 7 and below is acidic. 7 and above is alkaline. And a lot of people are, they're following different people that are teaching about natural health. There's a lot of people now teaching about natural health, and a lot of people are talking about you have to get more alkaline. So what do we know generally about the American diet? Because it's refined and all this nonsense in it, most foods in the processed are acidic. So many people in this country are too acidic. Well, we know that lots of things that we don't want in our body, like acidic environments, and they grow happily. So when we get into more of an alkaline side of things, that's when overall we're healthier. That's why I remember when we talked about chlorophyll, we talked about how it made people more alkaline. So, but it's interesting because Eternal, this is 7.8 to 8.2. It says right on the bottle. I think that's a great for me, that's a great pH range. We see some waters that are now on the market. They're so alkaline. I personally, and again, this is just my opinion, I think some of the waters coming on the market are too alkaline. And the reason I'm saying that, I'm one of the few people you will probably ever know that was too alkaline. It's very rare. But remember, after all these years, I used to fast and I did cleansing and I lived on wheatgrass and everything was sprouted. I did that for many, many years and I became too alkaline. And even a lot of people in our industry had never seen anyone too alkaline. I mean, leave it to me. And they're, and I know a lot of them personally. And, back then they'd say, well, you really need to just go eat some sugar or something. But they all knew I wouldn't do that. So, I had to find a way to balance my pH. But again, it's very rare. You don't see it very often. At least that's what a lot of researchers and docs that I know have told me. So at any rate, I think some of the waters on the market are too alkaline, but I love Eternal. Open it, try it.
Okay.
And tell me what
I'm her guinea pig.
Tell me what you experience with this water.
All right. There's no smell.
How does it taste?
Oh, it's awful. Oh, no, I'm kidding. It's delicious.
Well,
there is a different taste to it, though. And there really is.
A lot of people over the years, the word they've used to describe this water is it's very smooth.
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
I would agree with that.
And, a lot of people drink this water. Now.
So how do you know where your alkaline balance is right now?
I'm glad you asked. These are pH strips. I brought them. We sell them at the store. Can you see that? We've sold these for years. pH strips. Now,
yeah, there they are.
Now, these strips are for urine and saliva. These are not to put in the water and test the pH of water.
All right. So if I'm going to use one of these, it's going to get a little weird here
on
Facebook Live.
Well, we won't do it.
Especially the urine part.
We won't do it right at the moment.
I'll turn around.
You could, but I think it's important for people to know what their pH is. It gives them a guideline to know if
Can
they're.
I see that?
Yeah.
All right.
So these are strips.
All right. So you, how quick are they? How quick is it?
So when you're using them for urine, you just pee on them. And when you're going to do them for saliva, you want to let the saliva, you don't want to put those in the mouth. You're spatting whatever.
Like on a plate or something, and then you dip it in there?
No. You're putting your saliva right on the strip.
So you're like spitting on it.
You're spitting on it.
Sorry, that might be grossing some
spatting,
people out.
whatever. That's what you're doing with these. And as I said, we've sold them for years. We have customers that have tested their pH, weekly for many, many years.
And then it's based on the color of whatever.
And then according to the color. So when you see that 7 is neutral, this way is acidic. You see how the color gets lightened.
Yeah.
This way is alkaline. You see how it gets darker.
So you want to be right in the middle.
You want to be around 7. Yeah, around 7.2, 7 points.
And that's like a light green.
You're going to see. In fact, when I was looking up different pHs of different websites, there's a couple of them have very different ranges. So it's very interesting. But remember, the urine has a particular pH. The saliva has a pH. The blood has a pH. The stomach acid. Now, the stomach acid, when we talk about proper digestion and hydrochloric acid, the stomach is meant to be acidic. That's how, that hydrochloric acid is the main enzyme that helps us break down
the food.
Protein specifically.
Okay.
But it's very important. It's very protective to the environment of the stomach. And that's why when doctors say, oh, you're too acidic, and they put somebody on an antacid. Well, the stomach is meant to be acidic, but it's meant to digest the right food. And so if the stomach is trying to digest things that it really doesn't want to digest, like refined commercial junk food, it's going to throw the pH of the whole body off. So when docs put people on antacids, there's a lot of information and research, and actually a lot of doctors starting to speak out about, you don't want to de-acidify the stomach. You want to help it balance and become a proper acidity, which it should be very acidic. The stomach should be around, I saw a couple different ranges. One said 1 to 3, One said 1.5 to 3.5. So they're not that off. But so anyway, stomach needs to be very acidic, but everything else should be more closer to the neutral or slightly alkaline.
So you would test both your urine and your saliva,
You can test
or you
both.
could do either or.
Either or.
All right. So and as long as it's like a light green right in the middle, you're pretty balanced. And then if you're not, then you get this.
But this water really, it has a wonderful, wonderful taste.
It does.
And again,
it's very smooth.
We've sold it since 2008. We case stack it. It's one of our biggest sellers. It's a wonderful product, and people will come in and say, man, I love drinking that water. I feel my thirst is quenched.
It's really smooth.
And it's smooth. And that's the
right.
word that most people have described that water with. So Eternal's doing a wonderful job on
All right,
that.
Rose has a question. Are you ready for a question?
Yeah.
Rose wants to know, is distilled water drinkable?
It is, but again, it's a purified, it goes through a purification system. So you want to reestablish the trace minerals.
Boom, you want to put that in the water.
Yes, this is very important.
What would be the advantage of distilled water or purified water, and then you put the pills in or the drops? I mean, what would be the advantage of drinking distilled water?
Well, it does, again,
there's no real advantage.
No, and listen, listen, Joe, when I started working with Joe at 16, he was already into water. He had a good friend that worked at the water department, and he was learning about purifying water and the contaminants in the public water and all these things. So, I've been around a lot of water people over the years, and you're going to have people that say, well, RO is better than distilled, and distilled is better than deionized, and deionized. To me, it doesn't matter. They're all very good systems. At the end, they're all void of trace minerals.
Okay.
So that's why it's very important to reestablish those minerals.
So distilled water is okay as long as you get some trace mineral drops.
And
right
RO
there
water's okay as long
Claudia's
as
Health Food.
Yeah.
Secor Road. We prefer
thank
there.
you.
We prefer there.
Now, this
All
is
right, we got
also
one more
this is a cool product. Now,
that is.
This is Gerolsteiner. This is a company out of Germany. And I was looking at the website the other day. All the years I've been around this product and have consumed it myself, I never looked at their website. It's a very nice website. It's a company that started in 1888.
Wow.
I knew it had been around a long time. I just didn't realize it goes back to the 1800s. And I was reading on the website, by 1890, they were shipping it to the United States in clay jugs, is what it says on the I thought that was fascinating.
That is fascinating.
It was mainly coming into, I think they said, the Chicago area. They were mainly shipping it there. But that's why when I started at Bassett's in 1974, this was one of the few waters that were available back then, and this is what they stocked. So I've been around this company for, 50 years now. This is a natural carbonated water because, if you go to their website, it gets into the history of the water. So there's an area in Germany, it was a volcanic area. There was a volcano for whatever, millions of years, whatever it was. And now they show a picture. It looks like a lake, and it's rich in minerals because of the layers of the dolomite rock in there. But because it's from a volcanic site, it's rich in carbonic acid, which helps to break down. And from my understanding of how I learned about this years ago, and you can read it on the website, because of that carbonic acid, it has the ability to accumulate these minerals from the rock layers. But what's interesting, and what I didn't know, is that in order to call a water a mineral water, it has to meet certain criteria. And it says on the website, one of them is, this is a balanced amount of calcium to magnesium to bicarbonate, and it has a small amount of sodium and chloride. So it has a wonderful taste. It's a little bubbly because it's carbonated. And you're an A. You're welcome to try it if you want to open it. A's generally, we've seen this, A's generally don't do well with carbonation. If somebody tells me they drank something carbonated and it bothered them, I'll ask them, are you an A? And they're always an A.
Blood type, people. Blood
O's do
type.
very well with carbonated water.
I want to
So
try it anyway.
I've always done well with this.
Oh, it's fizzing.
It's fizzing.
All right.
Yeah, it's a nice product.
Let me try this. No smell. Oh, it's fizzy. It kind of tastes like tonic water.
That's the natural carbonation.
So can I put gin in this? Kidding. I'm kidding.
Listen, we have people that put, their protein powder in their gin and their vodka. We've seen it all. So you can put.
We're not judging anybody, people.
No,
we're not judging you.
I laid down the judgment many years ago. Working with the public, you got to lay down the judgment.
That's tasty though.
It's good.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's a nice water.
It's got a nice little fizz.
Now it's interesting. I'm going to call the company, and of course their original office is in Germany, but I'm going to call the American office. I couldn't find a pH, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
but it doesn't say on the bottle. But there was so I'm going to find that out. We'll find that out and clarify it. But it's a great water to try. It's sparkling. It gives a little life to some bubbly to it. So it's a very nice product.
This is so informative, Claudia. I just love this. Every week I keep learning. All right, we're near the end. Is there anything else you want to mention about water?
No, other than, water is essential for life. And
can't live more than a couple of days without it.
Yeah. And, to see, especially children now that are being given tap water, I think listen, the municipalities around the country, they do the best they can to purify the water. Mm-hmm. But it's fair to say you got every toxin being dumped into the waterways. I mean, we know this is not hearsay. This is absolute truth. This is why we see, we know fish are getting cancer now. So my mother always, this is what I was going to say earlier, just to throw this in. My mother, and you'll always hear me talk about my mother. Anyone that knows me, I talk about her every day. She was an amazing, inspirational person. And she just had this beautiful understanding of the simplicity of the importance of clean food and clean water. So I'm like 10, 12 years old, and she was bringing home pure distilled water. And that's what we drank. But she always knew that she would say, this is good because there's no toxins in it. She says, but I think it's lifeless, meaning dead. She understood that. She understood that there were no minerals in it. But to her, it was better for us to drink purified water than to drink out of the tap. So at any rate, so that's a scoop about water.
Yeah, lots of great products available.
A lot of products out there. And some of the spring waters, some of them we don't bring in because I don't know what spring it came from. And it's important to me when we bring in a water, I want to see independent lab analysis. And sometimes companies don't do that. And if they're not going to give an independent lab analysis, I'm not going to stock it. So look for Eternal, look for Gerolsteiner. It's a wonderful product, both very wonderful. If you can find purified water in your neck of your woods, do that. But remember, get your trace minerals in there. It's very, very important. Your cells will be happy that you will do that. And what we've seen, people that are drinking purified water before they know to remineralize it, they're drinking a lot more water. So when the water is usable and can get into the cell to do what it's meant to do, we don't need as much water. So,
all right, Claudia, we are at the point of the program where it's time for you to give the last word.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I'm just really grateful that Denny and I are doing this together. We're both grateful to be doing this. We feel it's very important. We're very happy that more people every week are tuning in and sharing what we're talking about. And again, we're here to learn every day. I think learning every day is very, very important. And there's always new stuff to learn. So, thank you for joining us. Knowledge is power. Keep grabbing your power. Keep your heart around all the knowledge, and just keep learning how to heal thyself. Balance thyself. It's very powerful stuff. So thank you, and many blessings to everybody. Peace, love, and light. See you next week.